guys, welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? So today we're going to be making the beautiful top you can see on the thumbnail. So it's a circle top, like a full flared top. So it's like 360 degrees flared top. Then the front is longer than the front is shorter than the back, so it means that the back is a bit longer. So the material I have here is one trouser. So one trouser is usually 45 by length. So now I'm going to be folding this material the way I will fold for my peplon, as well. I want to cut out the peplon. So I folded it into 4. So this is the folded edge, 1, 2. So these are the rough edges. So yeah, I folded it into 4. So the next thing I'm going to be doing, you're going to be measuring the length of the top you want to work with. So the length of the top I want to work with around 22 inches. So I'm just going to work with 22 inches, which is just fine. This is the folded edge here. So this is the sharp point. So this is the folded edge. So from this point now, I'm just going to be taking my 22 inches all around first. So the first thing you do is you take the full measurement of the top you want to work with. So since I'm working with 22, so I'm just going to take it all around. So now the next thing to do is to minus 5 inches from this upper part. Now, when you're cutting out an off shoulder, you know that you usually minus 4 to 5 inches out. So it depends on you. So but for me, I'm just going to minus half inches. So I'm doing it as if I'm cutting an off shoulder, because the dress is actually an off shoulder. So I'm just going to be minusing my 5 inches that I will usually cut out when I'm cutting an off shoulder. So I hope you understand. So this is 5 inches. I'm also going to take this 5 inches all around the way I did for the full length. So this is it now. So I'll just connect all of these lines. So this is it, the 5 inches. So the next thing to do now is to measure your neckline. So the neckline I'm working with, I'm just going to work with 4 inches. So you just bend your curve, your tape rule this way and get your 4 inches. So this is where my 4 inches stops. So this is where my 4 inches stops. So this is the neckline. So now to now get your armhole, you measure your armhole. So for me, the armhole I'm working with is 7.5. I know how to get your armhole is to divide your bust measurement by 6 and add 1.5. So for me, it is just 7.5. So this is my 7.5 points here. So I'm just going to connect this armhole back to this neckline. So I hope you understand. You can see the way I connected it back to the neckline. So this is the armhole. So now you notice that from the entire style, you notice that the front is shorter than the back. Now to get that high-low effect, so what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be using this as the armhole for the front. Then I'm going to be using this for the armhole for the back. So I hope you understand, but I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to be doing it. So now to cut this out, I hope you understand what I said. So the neckline for the front is 4 inches. This is it. Then my armhole is 7.5, so which is what I have here. So I just connected it back to this point. So I'm going to be using this armhole for the front. I'm going to be using this armhole for the back so that I can have the high-low effect. So to cut out this, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be opening up this side. So this is the folded edge, but this is where I have one folded edge, one folded edge. So I'm going to be using one for the front, one for the back. So I'm just going to open up this side. That of the back first. So this is still so sorry for the front. When we look at that style very well, for the front it has like an alternate. It has like a sharp edge at the front. So I'm just going to be inputting that sharp edge. So to input it, I'm just going to go up by 1 inches here. So you can see me going up by 1 inches here. So I'm just going to connect this 1 inches back to the neckline here. So it's just going to look like an alter neck. I hope you understand what I'm trying to do. So this will now be the new neckline for the front. So this is the neckline for the front. So I hope you understand. So now to cut this out, So let's cut out for that of the front first. So you can see me cutting out from the new neckline that I just made, going into my armhole. So you can see. So you know that I've divided this into two. So this is for the front. So I'm just going to notch the neck area so that when I'm fixing my sleeve, I will know what I'm doing. So this is it. So now to cut out for that of the back. So remember that I said we're going to use the 5 inches that we have already. So I'm just going to mark it all out again. Okay, so the neckline for the back, I'm also going to work with 4 inches like I did for the front. So this is me marking it on that 5 inches that went by, and I said this is going to be the armhole. So now to cut this, you just cut it out. So now I'm just going to also chalk out this part. Sorry, knot it so that I can know where to fix the sleeve. So now to get the high-low effect for the front and for the back, so you will notice that from what we cut out, this armhole went down. So to balance it up, so I'm just going to be fixing it this way. So you can see me raising it up and fixing it this way. So this is it. So you can see that the front is now shorter than the front, but we cannot sew it this way. So but we want that shorter part to be in this middle part. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to connect this back. So I'm just going to use this to just connect this back into the back part like this. So I just hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to cut this like this. So automatically we have the front to be longer than the back. So now what I'm going to do is that, so this is it now for the front. So this is it now for the front. So you can see it's like a full circle. So you can see it's a full circle. So this is it. Then this is the back. And so when you want to join it, you notice that the sides are equal. So you can see the sides are equal, but for the middle part is going to be longer. So I hope you understand what I did here. So this is it. So now the next thing to do is the sewing. So after we are done with the cutting of the fillet, so the next thing to do is to get a long strip like this. So I went ahead to cut out 1.5 yard, and I just folded it into 3 this way. So I just did like this and like this. So I have something like this. So the next thing you're going to be doing, you're going to be using this to turn the neckline for the front. So this is that of the front. So you are going to be notching the middle of your front just the way I have done like this. So you will see that I have gone ahead to fix one of these parts. So I'm just going to do this second one so that you can see. So you're just going to open up your strap this way. So you open it up this way and you just fix it inside. So it's just like you're putting it inside this way, and you pin it down before you take it to the sewing machine and sew. So let's just pin this down first. So when you get to the midpoint here also, you put it inside. So now here is it when you are done. So by the time you fix for this side, for one of the side, you notice that the rope is going this way. That's the strap is going this way, so it's crossing on its own. So this is the other side that I have fixed. You can see that the two of them cross at that middle point. So you can see now that it's crossed on the middle point. So the next thing you are going to be doing, we'll take this to the sewing machine and just sew this down, and we sew this down, then we continue. Okay guys, so look at it after I was done sewing. So I went ahead to stitch this down, and you can see that the thread is, the rope is already crossed. So the next thing to do is to take your back. So for the back, I also went ahead to turn in the neckline for the back, so you can see. So the same way I did for the front, that was the same way I did for the back. So now it's going to be right sides facing each other this way, right sides facing each other this way. Then you will know, then the amount of thread that you will need depends on you, so you can measure yourself. So you just measure yourself from around the nape of your neck, and you measure it down to the back, and you measure how long you want it to be. So for me, so it depends on how low you really want it to be. So for me, I just measured around 20 inches. That's from the point here. So I just measured around 20 inches, which is just fine for me. Then for the back here, they're going to, you know that we notched where we want to put our strap. So I just went ahead to use the chalk to identify it properly, so that I can see what I am working with. So what you just do is you take one of the strap like this and put it around the chalked area this way. And so you put it around the chalked area this way, and you just pin it down. So you pin it down this way. So you take the other one also, you place it around the other chalked area. So you also pin it down. So when you are done with the strap, so this is the strap. So when we are done, you just go ahead to join the sides this way. So you join it this way and join the other part. Then I'll just turn the down of the flared, and so that is all for the dress. So let me go ahead and do all of that and show you the measurement for the back. Remember when I was taking the measure, I said I took 20. So by the time I was done, I noticed that it was too long, so it was a bit loose. So I extended it by 3 inches. So everything I have now is around 17 inches. So I worked with 17 inches and it was just fine. So I'm just cutting out the excess now. So I worked with 17 inches. So when you are doing yours, please measure yourself properly. And when you are done, you wear it and you notice that it's a bit loose, you can still adjust the strap from the back. So guys, this is it for the making of this tutorial. So for the down part, the flare was too much for me to turn. So I just ripped it, since I'm just going to be wearing it inside. So I just ripped it and you can see that it's looking neat. So guys, thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and I'm going to be seeing you in the next one. Bye guys.